Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And yes, it's people have been warning me about me Fanta. Well, I'm on Pepsi Max now. So hot, thirsty. Now, the State Department, America's State Department, is warning Western Europe, and Europe as a whole, I would imagine, over immigration. It's saying that mass immigration is an existential threat to Western civilization, and that US embassies now have been charged with monitoring all countries for their levels of immigration and the relationship that has with things like crime statistics, etc., particularly in what they call two-tier justice systems. And they're singling out us, the Brits. It's warned that this Western civilization may be basically subsumed by cultures foreign to Europe. And you have politicians that are bending over backwards to allow it rather than standing up for their own cultures. And it's a shot across the bow. It's quite clearly, particularly to Britain, as I say, to say that this ideology, this open borders ideology, this madness that seems to have taken hold in the halls of power of many Western cultures in Europe. He says the US State Department urges its allies to take bold action to defend citizens against the threat posed by mass immigration. This is the diplomatic arm of Trump's government. Well, they couldn't have put it any straighter, could they? Mass immigration, they say, is a human rights concern. Western nations have endured crime waves, terror attacks, sexual assaults, and displacement of communities, the State Department wrote in a statement on X. US officials will urge governments to take bold action and defend citizens against the threats. He says mass immigration has plagued citizens of Western nations for years, citing examples of heinous crimes committed by immigrants against natives and the two-tiered response by many liberal governments. The State Department highlighted the predominantly Pakistani Muslim child rape gangs, which often seemed exclusively to target young white girls for rape and sexual exploitation. Many girls were left to suffer unspeakable abuse for years, and yet the authorities refused to step in for fear of upsetting or castigating Pakistani Muslims in Britain. There we have it, plain as day. Mass child rape is not only the terrible thing in itself, it's a racist attack by Pakistani Muslims against the British. And if I was to say something bad and untoward, I'd get a knock at my door. And yet they are allowed to perpetrate that. And indeed, it's covered up because governments are too craven to do anything about it. We need governments with balls. Governments that are going to say, enough's enough, and end the problem forever. Because it's easy, isn't it? If you have a problem, you cease to have a problem by sorting it out. We need to sort it out. Now, if I went and had a disease, I'd take an antibiotic that would eradicate that disease. Then I wouldn't have that problem any longer. Will our government do anything like that? No. It's all right. Young white girls can continue to be abused like this so that our government doesn't have to deal with the problem. Thanks very much. Thank God for America, though. It may sort out the problem for us with luck. Bye.